Okay, so for this drill in particular, we're gonna start with this chambering over here, right? So it's gonna basically, I'm gonna hit downwards, it's like a slash, and I'm gonna hit back upwards. Sort of like if you're golfing, hit up, right? Except that you're slashing upwards. So for example, let's say Merlin, his body is open right now like this, right? What I'm doing, right, feel free to come over here, is I'm slashing 45 degrees downwards, and then I'm slashing it forward. I'm not smashing his body. I'm like slashing up, okay? Slashing, then slashing up. Now, Merlin is also now gonna meet me with the stick. So for example, first we're gonna slash downwards. Notice how we go real slow, and we go back up, right? Real slow, and go back up. Now let's say Merlin sees that my hand is coming. He will slash my hand, bam. He could either slash my arm again, take that out, or if he was close enough down here, he would slash upwards all the way, you see that? And that would replicate a sword technique or even a knife technique for that matter. Right, so that's the first axis we're gonna do. We're gonna try it 3 more times to show you. Right? 1, notice how we're going down. 2, 1. So you wanna kind of meet in the middle, right? Right, so where you ended downwards, you go back upwards, right? Downwards, notice, and upwards, all right? The second one we're gonna do is the backhand side, what we call angle number 2, all right? So Merlin would, right, will meet her slowly, again, slashing down, then slashing back up, slashing down, slashing back up. So if let's say Merlin, he saw that my hand is coming, he would take my hand, bam, right? Just like that, and then he would follow up, right? Boom, right? Or if my hand was out, he would slash my body upwards like that, bam, you know, and then that would be the follow-up for Merlin. You know, if it's maintaining the same angle, but he just came into a broader range, which is the stick to the body range if he steps into it. That's a transition. Right, so again, let's try it again. 1, right, we're maintaining the minor larger range, right? 1, you see that? We meet slowly, you see that? Bam, right? Golf, hitting up, right? Putting it back down, putting it back up. Down, up, down, and up. Good. Now, the next one, we're just gonna do side to side. So again, this is sword technique. So Merlin would slash my torso, right? Right, side to side, side to side. For practice purpose, we aim the stick a little higher, sort of like a 30-degree angle, right? Therefore, we're not gonna really hit each other or cut each other for that matter on the torso area. Backhand, boom, right? Hit, right? Very light, very smooth and light, very smooth and light, bam, boom, right? So side to side, just like that, right? Notice Merlin, he's like going up and down, which is great, right? And then I'm maintaining just a single straight axis. Both are acceptable, right? Both are acceptable. His is a little bit harder to do because he's going up and down, but maintaining that, you know, point of impact, which would be center line, right there too, okay? Cool. So this is the straight line version. The next one we're gonna do is known as Redondo, right? Right. Redondo is a hit that is meant to finish someone off. It's a breaking hit. If I had bottles over here, I would crack those bottles with ease, right? And so that's what Redondo is, all right? So Redondo, what we're gonna do is Merlin, as my partner, would hold the stick out like this, right? And I would basically stand in the same exact facing direction as he is, right? But just about, 2 feet apart, right? And now I'm gonna aim for his stick, all right? So I would basically very slowly, this is right there, impact, immediately rotate your wrist. Impact, rotate your wrist. Impact, rotate your wrist. Right? So now I'm gonna make contact. I'm gonna be really automatic and I'm gonna keep rotating. I'm gonna go harder and harder, right? So it's, the point of impact, it could be argued that I hit here and then I retract, or that's the retraction, right? But what I aim to do is as soon as I make the point of impact, I rotate immediately. So I would personally like to say the point of impact is focused on the rotation of the wrist more so than the downward force. It's very, this is a complicated move, but once you get it, it's effective, right? So I'll do it from slow to fast. see how I whip it, right, with momentum. I could twerk my waist a little bit, right, to give it like boom, right, like that, right? Or I could just focus on my wrist muscle, like that, right? So notice how I bam, boom, you see that? Just like that, right? So Merlin, let's try it a few times too for you. Okay, so Merlin will use his, your whichever hand you want. Your right hand? Sure. He uses the right hand also, okay? So he'll go real slow first, and when he feels the momentum picking up, you know, he'll go with it. It's more of the force and the speed that will make it an effective hit than raw brute force. You don't want to use raw brute force. You want to just use the momentum and the speed, right? And that's a beginner's way of doing it. And you want to continually have a momentum like that, right? Yeah. Cool. Excellent. The next move now, and the final one we're going to do in terms of the 5-axis, is known as Abanico, right? Abanico. This is the umbrella. Oh, the one before, by the way, is known as Redondo, or the roll. Now we're going to do the umbrella. So again, Merlin's going to hold it up, right? Not too high, right? Just like that, right there, right? So I'm going to aim, right? Aim. So I'm going to go a little faster. And then later, I want you to bring your camera over so you see how my wrist is, right? The elbow is relaxed. The shoulder's relaxed. The elbow and the wrist is doing most of the move over here. So if I'm fast, that's a little faster, right? So notice how my hand, right? If you can come in front of me, right? You can see, right? You get close up to my arm. That's what I'm doing, right? You see that? That's what I'm doing, right? I go a little faster, right? And from behind me too, just so you get an idea of how it looks like from all different angles. Right, you see that? Right? I'm not really twisting my waist as much as I'm just, right, hitting side to side. Now I could aim downwards too. I could aim for his hands, right? And of course, if Merlin did not have the stick, right, I would go for his head shots, right? Head shots, right? And if his hands was there, I could also do a downward Abanico too, right? Take out his arms, take out his head, right? And so on and so forth, right? So that is what Abanico is, and that is the 5-axis of basic Kali. Thank you.